There's someone called security. Hey, yo, welcome back to the security booth. You are rocking with your boy. You already know Fleeks, the Mr. Security of the community. I got another good episode for y'all today, man. I'm so proud to introduce this fella to the booth here. Just get to chop it up with me, man. I've been watching you. Such a fan of yours, my dude. Hey, Ronald Showtime. Welcome to the booth, my boy.
What's going on, man? I definitely appreciate it, man. This has been a long time coming.
Real talk, real talk. I remember when I first like met you and tapped into your energy. I never thought we would get this far, but I always like felt like you was a good brother and you had a lot going on. And then I found out that you was like the Mr. Olympian. I was like, oh snap. That's that guy, man. It was always blessings, dog.
Yeah, man, it was a great time meeting you, bro. We met a few years ago in Norman, Oklahoma at the World Series, and ever
Yes,
since
sir.
then we just clicked, man. And like every time we get a chance to chop it up, bro, it's just always been nothing but love and respect.
Nah, real. I definitely agree. For sure. It's been blessings indeed. You know, one thing I did not know, because meeting you, you was you playing for the Philadelphia Fire. Big shout out to the Fire Squad. So in
Shout
my
out.
mind, I actually thought you was from Philly, even though you kind of didn't have the accent. Then, what I'm saying, more of your story come out. I said, oh no. My boy not even from Philly.
No, no, man. It's kind of a funny situation how I ended up on Philly. I actually, be honest with you, I really haven't been playing beat baseball that long. I started in
Mm,
2021. I fell into beat baseball by accident. The story is just unique how that happened. In Wichita, I was playing for the Wichita Falcons in 2021. Never
okay.
played beat, never played beat baseball until honestly the World Series. Like Envision was a sponsor, and I used to work for Envision out there in Colorado Springs, and
Yeah.
they knew I was a good athlete, and they was like, "Hey, we sponsoring this World Series, and we need a good athlete player like yourself to come down here and play and try it out." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I wasn't gonna turn it down. It's like, but I ain't never played before until I got to the World Series, and my first, matter of fact, my first introduction to beat baseball was against the Indy Edge.
Oh man. Oh man. Ooh, what an introduction right there. They say just throw him in deep. Just hey, let him get his feet wet. He gonna make it. Boy, that's right on, my boy, like for sure. So let's get a little bit of the breakdown, what I'm saying, while we get into the whole jazz and all the, the beautiful accolades of your story. So what part of Kansas you from?
I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County.
Hey, talk about it, baby. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we call it Grind Dot now.
Grind diet. Hey, boy, that's a name for you, baby. Hey, you better be getting your grind on out there for sure.
Hey,
Like real talk. So that's a little almost like a little small what small big town?
it's kind of big. I mean, it's like I think we pushing maybe 100 in 170 some thousand. But the thing about it is, it's unique because it's actually a twin city to Kansas City, Missouri. So
There we
we
go. That's what I was trying to understand. I
Yeah,
bet.
so it's Twin City. So Kansas City, Missouri is sitting about 600 some thousand, and I'm literally on the border. So I stay like you could be in Kansas City, Missouri in 2 minutes.
Wow. That's kind of mind blowing for a Houstonian like myself. But I guess now when I think about it, it's like someone saying they from Pearland and Pearland like right outside of Houston. But
Yeah,
it's almost like they claim Houston, but then they don't because it's really Pearland. But us Houstonians look at it as Houston sometimes. So yeah, I can see that for sure. And
yeah, but it's definitely a big difference. Like Kansas City, Missouri is way different from Kansas City, Kansas. And it's kind of like those big brother, little brother. We don't get along.
Man, why have I heard that before about the KC Mo and then the
KC,
Kansas City? Like,
yeah, KCK.
yeah, yeah, KCK. Okay, that's how we say that for
Yeah,
sure, for sure. He's like, nah, baby, we don't. They all right, but we're not really checking for them. We got our own
nah.
thing over here.
Well, it's a history thing. Since you big on history, it's a history thing why we don't get along because back in the day,
Mm,
Missouri was a slave state, Kansas wasn't, and so
mm.
Kansas. So it basically became like the whole Jayhawks. That's how you got the Kansas Jayhawks because the Jayhawkers was on this side as the Free State, and the Missouri came over, burnt down Kansas City, Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, and ever since then they called it the Battle at the Border,
The battle at the border. Hey,
bleeding Kansas.
that's real deal Holyfield right there, y'all. You don't get no real than that, my boy. Yeah, I felt that history. I not hear that for real. Man, all right, all right. So, what I'm saying, growing up in KCK, like how was that ordeal?
Man, growing up in Kansas City, Kansas, it got its struggles, man. It's like I grew up in actually the one of the toughest projects to grow up in, which is called we call it Brick City, but
Mm,
It was the Jupiter Gardner projects, man. It's growing up out of there, being visually impaired itself was a struggle because I almost had to fight every day because people making fun of me, and for
I
being
was gonna ask that. Yeah.
visually impaired, legally blind, and so I had to do that a lot until I got my respect or whatever, and I still had to do it. And then not only that, it was situations most of the time that even polices wouldn't even come down there unless they were 4 cars deep just to come down to patrol the area.
Wow.
And so, and to me, it just built character. And one of my ways of getting out of there was I did sports. And so, because I did sports, I was always gone, whether if I was doing track and field, wrestling, judo, swimming,
Stayed
forensics.
active. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
stayed active
yeah.
just to stay gone all the time. And so
Hmm.
that was my way out.
And that's real deal. Like, because without being active, sound like you could have got caught up in the riffraff and everything that the neighborhood and the community might have provided during them times. I can definitely relate to that because I've even before I even stepped foot into the blind community, I found myself kind of fighting but against the community and still being this top athlete or trying to do the quarterback thing. And so but I did not have to deal with the vision impairment side of it until much later down the line. But you
Yeah.
coming from a small area, you probably about like the only one they run into out there, huh?
Yeah. Only so coming out of my city, the only other person actually is crazy because I'm the second person out of my city that's went to the Olympics slash Paralympics because I got to give what props is due. I
For
went to the
sure.
same high school as my guy Maurice Green. Maurice Green is out of KCK, Wyandotte County,
Bad.
and
Bad.
so
Big shout out.
he's Olympic champion and everything. So got to show love that way. And we both came out of Schlegel High School.
Boy, they producing them Olympians though. Hey, I must check something out there because they producing something, boy.
Man,
That's that good grind out.
we got talent out here. Not even just on the Olympic side. We got my girl. We actually graduated in '04 together. Janelle Monet. She from out here, Schlegel High
Oh,
School.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
right down the same neighborhood, right down the street from me.
Oh man, boys, man. Okay, big business right there. This boy, hey, that's some good names though. Y'all doing something? Okay, KCK, I see you, baby. I see you for sure, for sure.
Hey, we
So,
might be small, but we mighty though.
that's a whole sentence right there for yourself. If you know, you know, baby. We're gonna keep it like that. You know what I'm talking about? For real, for real. So man, many blessings, dog. So, you done went through the small town, all that and good jazz. So how we ended up at the school for the blind.
So I went there, man, to really. I actually, my story unique. I wasn't born visually impaired. I didn't go visually impaired until I was 2 years old.
Mm,
My mom's, I was actually staying with my grandma, but I end up, because I was basically abused as a child, and I used to go to my mom's house all the time, and her husband at the time, ironically, hit me in the head with a baseball bat, and
damn.
because I wasn't his child, right? And just a
Come
lot of
on.
home abuse, and so I
Yeah.
uh I went to sleep for about 5 hours, 6 hours, saw that I wasn't waking up, and then decided that he was gonna call the paramedics and whatnot. And long story short, he tried to say I had a seizure, never had a seizure, none of that. It was a blow to the head, and so I ended up going to the blind school really to learn Braille, and that's how I kind of got introduced into sports because I was really, man, fighting for my life ever since I was two, and so I figured that if I can um, do this sports thing and get out of my situation, even though that I am visually impaired, I had to always work. I felt like I always had to work 3 times harder than a lot of people just because I was legally blind, and that
Hmm.
just builds a lot of encouragement to myself and then people around me that see, okay, if he can do it coming out of the situation, then it ain't no excuse
Real talk.
that we can't do it.
Damn, boy.
And I don't even like to use my story as a sad story. I like to take my story to go motivate people to use it. Like, look, yeah, people want to hear the sad stuff, but no, I tell you how I take that energy, that negative energy, to turn it into a positive.
Real talk, real talk. And that's why I always been rocking with you, you know what I'm saying? Feeling your energy from day one. I relate to that, that the whole fighting thing, refuse to lay down. Like, this ain't the end, baby. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? You take a hit, it's whatever. We keep on moving. And you see, I was gonna really like crack a joke, been like, you have been a fighter all your life, but
Yes,
nah, you
sir.
really have been a fighter all your life, my dude. That's just what
I
it is.
boy, look, me being a fighter my whole life is just, and that's what I love, man. That's why I got that can't stop, won't stop in me, man. Because listen, how many people can sit up here and say, man, they used to get drowned and somebody tried to drown them in a bathtub that was an adult and hold a towel over their face, and by me, this was crazy. By me just back in the day, you coming from the hood,
Yeah.
used to have to put a towel in the tub to keep the
Yeah,
water from
to
footing
stop
out.
it up. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
just something instinctively just told me just to grab it with my feet, to pull it out. And every time that I did that, that person would let me up and have to plug it up again. So that gave me time to breathe.
Yeah. Boy, man. Man, I don't know how I don't know nobody would I thought my story, boy, nah, and that's not even on no side tip. That's just to see where you are at now as a man, the gentleman, to hear what you went through. Yeah, all I do is see your strength and your energy even more, boy. Like, I'm over
Yes,
here
sir.
saluting you, dog. Like, it ain't no sadness about this, baby. Like, it's
No.
unfortunate that as a child, that's not what we prefer for a child to endure. I'm talking about to go through. But I'm your story, boy, is I know it's touching people out there, and then just seeing how you operate in the community, man. The way you move, now I see why. Now I see
Yeah,
why
man.
for sure.
And like I said, it really built me into. I consider I don't I and this ain't nothing to brag about or boast about, but I consider myself a dog and a leader. I don't
Yeah,
do too much following, and by me going through what I went through, that's why I'm a dog and I'm a leader, man. No matter out there, whatever I'm doing in life, I don't care if it's in sports, if it's me working a regular 9 to 5. I'm trying to lead. I'm trying to be a dog and get everything I got to its fullest.
real talk, real talk. Beautiful blessings and whatnot. That's hard. And so, like, all right, so we at the blind school. They introduce you in the sports. You really using the sport to escape. But this
Yeah.
whole time, this really becoming like the incredible story, the journey right here. Talk
Yes, sir.
talk about that for me.
I didn't honestly. I was actually just talking to one of my coaches that got me started in just sports, and they just threw me in there. I was actually ahead of my time because they threw me in stuff like they used to let me compete exhibition with like the high schoolers and middle schoolers at home track meets and home wrestling meets, and so
Yeah,
I was wrestling, running track, and swimming against people that was in middle school when I was in elementary school or high school when I was in elementary
they
school.
got you out there.
Yeah, so I I took a whole lot of losing early on, a whole lot of
Mm,
L's early on, but and I used to cry. I used to like man because I hated losing until I finally went to ask one of my coaches. I said, "How do I get better?" And this is me being like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. How do I get better? And she said her exact words was, "Be in shape before the season. Don't come into the season trying to get in shape, trying to wrestle, or trying to run track, or trying to swim.
mm.
Be prepared before you get here, and that's how you get better." And I took that and I ran with it, literally.
Yo, and that's big word because that's what I'm saying. I be trying to tell boys in the league now, and anybody who step into this modified sports and whatnot, and he's like, man, what do you do? I'm like, bro, you preparation is the key. Like even when I play organized sports with my site, what we having 2 a days before even time for regular practice, before we even get to like the preseason. So it's like, yeah, you must be in shape before you even get to time to practice. Because now, if you come to practice out of shape, man, you really working on getting in shape, and you can't really
That's
work
it.
on anything else. You know what I'm
And
saying? Develop them skills more.
yeah, because you know how quick the seasons can go. You sitting up there trying to get in shape. By the time you get in shape, it's done and over with.
Done and over with. And I'm sure some boys gonna be able to relate to this right now because I'm like, hey, we are a week out. Probably
Yeah,
maybe, yeah, we're a week out before the World Series, and boys probably just now like, oh, let me go hit that gym. Like, nah, baby, it's too late. Look, you supposed to be
yeah,
relaxing, hitting some ice bath, like stretching. You know what I'm
right
saying?
now.
Coming into the World Series ready to go. Lit up. But five, boy, that boy say no more losing. I can't.
No,
I must
no
not.
more losing. I refuse to, and I understand. I understand doing multiple sports, being a dual sport athlete, and
Yeah,
all of this. So I understand there's gonna be a lot of L's,
yeah.
but I also understand that you put in the right work and you dedicate yourself to your craft and actually try to learn what you are doing. Hey, look, the tunnel, the light at the end is very bright. The ceiling is so high that people just, boy, look, don't understand, man, how good it feels.
Real talk, real talk. And so that was the big turnaround for you. So you know what I'm saying, they got you involved in the sports. You figure out like, all right, I don't want to keep enduring these L's, taking these L's like this. So now you come back even harder. You come in shape. When did the whole judo come around?
So I started doing judo at 11 years old. I've been doing judo now for 28 years. Uh,
Wow.
I'm a fourth degree black belt.
Hey, watch out
And
for that man right there, boy.
so honestly, judo is crazy because judo, I started wrestling at 3 years old. And reason I started doing judo because I wrestled public school.
Okay.
And so my public school wrestling coach was a black belt in judo, and he knew that I was visually impaired. So he's like, "Well, I want you to get better on your feet." And so he was teaching us a lot of judo techniques. And then he saw that I was real good at it, and he started taking me actually to judo practices, and I never stopped. Got started, never stopped because I'm like, well, judo's like wrestling. Only thing is now I get to choke and armbar people.
Right on, right on. Man, I'm telling you. And and judo is definitely one of my loves when it comes to the martial art family. And I just didn't know how much we can use, with the grappling techniques and the tossing. I was just like, yo, yeah, judo's where it's at. But now to
You
hear
know,
that boys in the Olympics with it, like, yeah.
Actually, I use judo. See, a lot of people don't realize I use judo a lot in beat baseball because I use my swing is kind of like how I throw, so I use the power of my hips. But then
Mm,
the most important thing that I'll say that I use in beat baseball that relates to judo is in I know how to fall. Judo teaches you
Yeah.
how to fall, and
Yeah.
so that's why I don't. That's why I'm one of the few people that get hurt falling because I
That's
already know how to
real.
fall. It's a natural instinct. I know how to do it, and I know how to protect myself when I fall.
That's real. Because I would say the couple of judo classes that I have been a part of, that's the first thing they showing us is how to fall on this left side. They're gonna show you how to do that. If
Right.
anything, how to
Yeah,
fall the proper way, so you won't
correct.
hurt yourself.
Protect your head, protect your vital organs, all of that.
Real talk, real talk. So when did you jump this up to the next level for yourself?
So I um so what made me I actually is I got recruited to do track and field. So I'm actually right out
This
of high
boy, jack
school.
of all trades.
So I got a high school backstory. I was more so I went to college for wrestling. I went to Neosho County Community College for wrestled for 2 years there. But they recruited me in on the next level for judo right out of high school and come to the world championships. And because I already had the experience, but also I went for track and field. So at the same junior world championships that was held in Colorado Springs, I'm a double world champion. I won the 4x100 relay in track and field, and then turned around the next day and won the judo world championships.
But say put some spec on my name, baby. Not one championship. We grabbing two of these things up in this bad boy. You know what I'm talking about? That boy, big salute, baby. That is beautiful. That boy say, nah, yeah, nah. I got the judo, baby. Yeah, I took that track and field too, though.
Yes,
Let's put
sir.
that out there.
So
Mm.
I competed. I got the opportunity to represent the United States. So I've been representing the United States, man, since I was 18, 19 years old. So for a good minute now.
How's that? How was having that type of responsibility, being a representative for the United States? Like how was that for you?
At first it was a lot of pressure because again, you on the spotlight. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that want to sit up there. I call it they want to be in your pocket, especially coming from here. They want to be in your pocket because they think that you end up you on Team USA, you went to the Olympics or you went to the Paralympics. You got a
Yeah.
lot of money, and I gotta tell people, man, it ain't like that all the time. A lot of times I gotta get out here and self fund. I gotta get out here and go find sponsors. And I like
Mm,
you guys only see what I allow you to see. I say I allow you to see the end result. I don't let
mm,
a lot of people see the behind the scenes, the the grind, the me going to practice every day, me not want to practice because I'm sore, me not want to practice because of other frustrations off the mat, off the
yeah.
field, distractions. And I'm like, y'all don't see that. It's like it's a lot of responsibilities that you gotta have. And then not only that, I'm also the captain of Team USA for the judo team. And so like I gotta
Hard.
make sure that I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm also doing it because I want my team to be better. So I gotta make sure that no matter how I'm feeling that day, I still gotta come with a smile on my face and the attitude of I'm a team player, even though judo is an individual sport.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like my boy Deion Sanders say, baby. That's a dog and a leader right there, my boy, for sure. That's that mentality. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what we're supposed to have. Cause I mean, you know, for athletes, business, businessmen, women, entrepreneurs, like they only get to see the prepared meal, right? The last
Correct.
finish and like what we have cooked and put together. It's like, oh, it's so pretty, it's so successful, oh, it tastes so good, but you ain't seen me with this apron on. I got this stain on me. I done burnt the finger, and I done cut the toe. You know what I'm saying? I done cut the fingernail here. Like I done
Right.
had to change out the meal. This sauce like three times because it didn't really taste the way I wanted to. But at the end of this day, you got this meal, and this is what you know. This is what you know of me, and I
Yes, sir.
and I can relate to that because I watch you so much throughout this through your social media journey and I be saying to myself like, yeah, how my boy do it? Yeah, where is he getting the energy from? Because you at practice here. Now you about to travel and go speak here. Then now you got to get ready for b-ball practice. You know, what I'm saying on this side, like, all right, baby, like
Look,
my boy doing it though.
because like last week I was in Erie, Pennsylvania at this camp called Camp Envision.
Yeah.
And man, look. This is probably the best camp. This is my first year ever doing this particular camp because I do a
Okay.
lot of camp of abilities, but this camp, this is a camp. This is like you do 25 sports, man, and it's a camp that you pretty much camp on speed. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Man,
Okay.
they do every Paralympic sport, everything. They make every sport out there adapt. They have some sports I never even know that was adapted sports until I got there.
Wow.
Like they had blind tennis, blind
Okay.
golf,
Yeah.
stuff like that, blind hockey,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and then I got a chance to do some stuff that I'd never done before at all. I went kayaking for the first time. Never did that.
Word. That's hard.
In a real
That's on my
live river.
list.
Look,
Okay.
I went kayaking, man. Hey, look, I flipped twice in the river. Good thing I know how to swim.
Hey, real talk. I'm hoping you know how to swim being in that water like that, baby. Yeah.
And then, hey, I was like, okay, this ain't for me. The first time I flipped, I said, all right, this ain't for me. And then I had to realize I'm too far into it because it's a 4 mile kayak. I can't turn
Hey.
around and go back because going back is going upstream.
Oh no. So we must continue. We must fight forward.
Failed it, flipped again a couple miles down, but I ended up being good. But then we went out there and did some paddle boarding out there in the open lake. That
Yeah.
was dope. I liked that because now I know what I'm doing. And
Real.
then we did some canoeing out there, and then we did sailing. And so as I kept doing, I just kept getting better and better at it because I'm like, okay, I'm figuring it out. I'm also listening to instructions on what to do. But again, man, like I said, I love working with kids. That's my thing because I always tell people this is one important thing that I say. I have a knack for teaching, no matter kids, adults. I Somebody gave me an opportunity
Yeah.
and somebody didn't give up on me. And so, I feel like I deserve to give that back to other people because look, no matter how old you are, man, you always need somebody to believe in you in order to believe in yourself.
Hello.
And I
Real
love
talk.
I love working with kids. Like last week, they had a track meet on Thursday. I messed around and said I'd be a guy runner. I'm not knowing what I'm getting into. I just said I'd be a guy runner. Man, I ended up running 9 400s and about 8 or 9
Ooh.
100 that day.
True dedication, but it's like, you know what? We're
But,
gonna do it for the kids, baby. The legs probably
yeah,
was burning, feeling like iron and concrete, but we're gonna keep running for these babies right here. You know, talk about that.
I'm, I'm trying to tell you. They told me, I said, "You okay?" They asked them, "They okay?" I'm like, "Man, is they okay? Am I okay?"
Real talk. Like hey, can I get a little water check here? A little breather. But now that's hey, I love to hear it. I love to hear it. And it actually bring me to one of the phrases that I saw that you said like with the documentary. What is it? But the pain? Or how do you phrase it for me?
Oh, what I said, because I use a lot of phrases that I come up with, man. I said,
Yeah.
I got to think. What
But
did I
the
say?
pain that gave me power is very impactful.
Yeah. I said I use my pain to empower people around me because guess what, man? I'm not even in pain. I'm not even in pain anymore. Like people, like just like I don't smile every day, but I'm
Yeah.
smiling,
Hmm.
and I take that drive, that inner drive, and I use it for motivation,
Hmm.
and that's how, man. That's why I install into the Philly Fires. Like, look, man, you got to stay humble, hungry, and focused because if you focus, hungry, and humble, can't nobody stand in your way but yourself.
Hello.
Stay disciplined. Stay, act like you've been there before. Even if you haven't, act like you've been there before
Yeah. Yeah.
because don't like I said, don't nobody know what you went through to get to this point. You might I just say you might have to take cold showers. You might not been able to pay your rent. You might not have been
Hmm.
able to get to a certain tournament. You might not have food. Nobody knew they just you just now showing the blessings and what God gave you the opportunity to do.
Yeah. 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 Real talk. Real talk. That's blessings indeed. You know, that's kind of like I relate to that phrase so much. Like right now, you were just speaking. I'm just like, Boy, is this boy Preacher Boy from Friday Night Lights? Because it was like a scene in the movie. It was like, yo, we practice in 110-degree weather like that, dude. We put on our cleats just like that. It's like, hey, like as an athlete, as a, what I'm saying, as a person of just being positive and motivating, like you're gonna be here.
Yeah.
You're gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do it. The dedication, the determination, you just gotta understand that the light is gonna be there. You just gotta go with that light, baby. You just gotta handle it.
Right, right.
Hey, I love to hear it. I love to hear it. So just for my listeners, because they, you know, how you jump into the beat ball thing.
So I started, like I said, I started playing beat baseball in 2021. So
Yeah,
I'm still like real new to this, but
right on.
I learned quick, and I learned by committee. So
Right
I
on.
learned so I played short mid, but I done played every position, but I played with Wichita short mid, and I learned that week how to play short mid. I didn't know what I was doing. I just felt okay, just track the ball, listen to the ball, and
Hear ball, get ball.
yeah, that's it.
Real
And then
talk.
I had my guy that he was on the Wichita team with me at the time. He played for Oklahoma now, Cleo.
Okay.
And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and so Cleo was like, "Yeah, just do this." And then I was like, "He go like, I'm gonna help you out." And he's like, "I just like, hey, look, just don't run over me. Just let me know you coming." And he'll come from way from the front to the back, and just like, "Showtime, I'm coming," or "Showtime, it got past me." I said, "Cool, I got it." So that's how I ended up jumping into it because of my job. My job was a sponsor, and then ever since then, I fell in love, and I actually, when I moved to Philadelphia for a little bit. And I was going to play in 2021, and I ended up when I got to Philly, I tore my whole groin tendon from the bone out there doing judo, and so I
Bad
didn't.
business.
So I was kind of sidelined from both for a year, really, and so
Okay.
that's why I didn't go to Beaumont. And I was on the roster to go to Beaumont, but there's like Philly's like, man, let's go. I was like, I want to, but man, it ain't nothing I could do to help you, like, because I couldn't run, I couldn't do anything, and like I couldn't even take falls and like land correctly. And I was supposed to get a surgery, but instead of getting the surgery, I just let it self heal. But it took about a year, and that's when I came to Norman with the Fire. And then ever since then, I told Fire, it's like I like the family that they presented and how the people carried themselves and the competitiveness in them. But not just that, they have fun.
Yeah, they
And
do.
they don't let the game get too big that we
Mm-mm.
can't handle. And I like I said, I play an individual sport, and it's been a long time since I've been involved in something that's actual team sport that I don't have to really say I don't have to be the man. I don't have to be that guy.
Real
I can go
talk.
out there. I can go out there. Look, here's the thing. I never played. I'm such a leader. I don't. I never played B baseball. The Wichita Falcons already been around. They made me the team captain. Me coming out there, I don't even know nothing about B baseball. They made me the team captain because they saw that fire in my eyes, and they saw that I wanted to learn, and they saw that I had control of all the situations that was
Mm.
presented to us. And so I went from being a team captain, a leader in that aspect, to now I come with the Philly Fire. Now I can sit back on the bench when they call my number. Like I told Pat, you call my number, I'm gonna be ready. I'm not gonna beat the team. I'm not gonna beat myself. I understand if I strike out, if I
Mm.
miss a ball, guess
That's
what?
what it is.
That's in the back of the mind. That's gone. Can't get it
Next
back.
play, best play. Yes, sir.
And that's why I'm consistent at that, and that's why I get the playing time that I get, and
Mm.
also I get to sit back too and learn the game as I'm on when I'm on the bench. So I'm learning the game, and I'm also fast pacing myself. Okay, this is what I got to do. This is how this game is played, and so I'm being a student of the game, but also being a player as well.
And this definitely have been beneficial for you because, like you said, started a game in 2021, and I mean, I started a game in 2012, and my boy, you already a champion in that game before I am. So, like you, we definitely see how the stories go. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
Yeah,
energy, that I just being a part of. Like I've always just outside looking in, like I've seen how Philly has developed. I've been very impressed on the project that they built on, the players they brought around, and just
yeah,
like the energy and the mindset that it is now. Like I've seen Philly come a long way And I and
Yeah,
I have nothing but love for y'all, dog.
it's
I
crazy. It's crazy because I actually played against them. They were in our pool in 2021. We our pool was them, Atlanta, the Edge, and one other team, I think. And
yeah.
we played them and we lost when I was with Wichita, we lost to them. This when Mike was pitching for them. Pat wasn't pitching yet, and we lost 8-9 or 9-10, something like that. But like I said, I had no idea. I just told Wichita at the time, I said, look, I guarantee you, I said I'm gonna get a championship within the next I'm gonna get a championship within the next 2-3 years. And I'm thinking with Wichita because I didn't think Wichita was going to dismantle as a team.
Right.
But our coaches end up having some health issues, and at the end of the day,
Sometimes
health is
things
more
happen.
important.
Right.
Yeah, health is more
Yes,
important
sir.
in this game, and
Yes, sir.
and so they had some health issues. So that's kind of how the Wichita Falcons dismantled. But I said I'm gonna get a championship, and sure enough, man, in 3 years I got a championship. I wrote that in.
2025 defended champs right there, boy. That's wild. Wild is wild. Ain't nothing but love, man. No better team is really deserving of that moment. Like y'all worked hard. Just everyone on that squad, the relationship that I have with the teammates and whatnot. So it's big salute to
Yeah,
see that, man. Like definitely was happy and like proud of that moment. But just chopping it up with you, my boy, like man, this championship life, this, what I'm saying, the mindset, the mentality, that's really like your approach with just life.
yeah.
What I'm understanding of what, if pointing out to my listeners, if y'all not seeing this, maybe like, hey, the boy not stopping, like, hey,
Nah,
it's no lay down. Yeah.
look, it's not because I'm a champion by design.
Mm,
Why listen, if I was fighting for my life at 2 years old and didn't know what I was doing and just had natural instincts to be a competitor, a fighter in life, then what else is there to be scared of? I mean, judo, you put your gi pants on the same way I put my gi pants on. You put your jacket on, tie your belt the same way I tie my belt. Beat baseball,
hmm.
you put your jersey on the same way I put my jersey on.
Real talk.
You out there running just as much as I'm running. What is there to be scared of? Just go out there and just let it fly. Have fun. Don't hold back.
That's it, baby. Just do it. Do it to the fullest and do it with no regrets, baby. And like you said, do it with no fear, man. There's no reason to. We all just recognize your moment, recognize your importance, baby, and just get it done. Just be out there and
Yeah,
have fun. Real talk.
exactly.
Hey,
Don't
I
put pressure on
really,
yourself.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I really want to get at you about this documentary, man. Like I peeped it out, and I truly enjoyed it. 'Cause that's, one of the reasons why I'd like, man, I gotta get my boy on the booth because I didn't know a lot of the things that you alluded to in the video, and then like having the records and all. I'm like, bro, that's hard, bro. I thought that was amazing, man. And so yeah, let's talk to us a little bit about the documentary, man, because it just when it just came out, right?
Yeah, it just came out, man. That was that was a year in the making, man. That whole thing. My shout out to my guy Jackie Terry that did an incredible job with that situation, man.
For sure. Shout out.
He's out there, man, busting his tail, just making things happen. And we constantly gonna keep continuously pushing out content because um this is just the beginning. We gonna do this all the way through LA 2028 Paralympics where we gonna get that medal.
Let's
And
go.
so that's what we headed to. And this documentary, man, honestly, it's about me just a lot of people don't know that I'm from here. I'm
Word.
always representing Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County everywhere I go, but Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County don't really know I'm here because I left Kansas City and went to Colorado Springs and lived and trained full time at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs for about 10 years. And then I moved to Chicago for 4 years and trained there, moved back
Oh,
to Colorado, and then I stayed in California and trained. And so a lot of people don't get the opportunity to see me.
yeah.
And somebody asked me a question one day when I was out there because I really back then wasn't truly telling my story. And
Okay.
because it's like, yeah, I got hit in the head when I was 2 and all of this, but it really, that's just as much as I went into it, because back then it was still pain. But somebody's
Mm,
like, so who is Ron Hawthorne? Who is Showtime? And I had to really sit back and think. And then I said, okay, now it's time to tell my story and bring it to the light and bring it as a positive, motivational, and me showing that I'm giving back to the kids, I'm giving back to my community every time I went home, and I'm also talking and letting people know, like, look, you can do this.
right
No
on.
matter no matter what trials and tribulations come before you,
Yes,
look,
sir.
you special in your own way, and everybody has a book, but the only person that can tell it the best is you.
Man, yeah, I'm telling you, baby. I'm loving it.
And that's what I started doing my documentary. Let me tell my story, because other people could tell my story,
I
but
like you can.
can't nobody tell my story better than I can tell my story. I can go
Hmm.
back, I can go back, and that's why I'm going back, filming with some of my old wrestling coaches, some of my old peers, because they can tell you this what Ron was. Because a lot of people could say, man, he's telling this story, but he might be lying. So I'm showing people that my story is authentic.
Yeah,
It's authentic.
yeah, that's real.
And it,
That's
it's
real.
not, and I'm not clout chasing. I'm just out there just giving myself an opportunity to present myself to you. This is who Ron really is. This is why Ron might be quiet, or this is why Ron might have a lot of motivation. Because I want you to be in my head, to see my angles that I'm coming from and how I see life.
Real talk. Real talk. And that boy Ron done raised the bar high for y'all out there too. What did one of your coaches? He still holds the record. I said, oh,
Yeah.
oh, my boy was out there putting in big work, baby, big numbers to like records are still held to this day, my boy.
Yes,
Like, that's
yes, sir.
incredible, man. That's incredible. Beautiful work, dog. And truly, like I'm here to follow you. Like, hey, gold medal all the way, baby. What'd you say, 2028?
2028 Paralympics, man. LA
Man,
2028. That's Listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's crazy. I actually just got back from that camp, that week camp. I was doing 15 and a half hours, 16-hour days as for
yeah.
coaching. Just got back Friday afternoon. I turn around and leave tomorrow night, going to Colorado to for a national training camp that I got to participate in, because I'm the top ranked guy in the country. I just actually took seventh at the World Championships in the new weight category, because they took out my weight class 132 pounds, and
Say,
I could have easily retired, because they took my weight category out. The next lightest weight class now they made is 154, so I had to go up 23 pounds, and I still went and took seventh at the World Championship. So now I'm going to take participate in this national training camp, and then I got a tournament on Saturday in Colorado Springs, and I fly out of Denver um, Sunday morning, come back to Kansas City, and drive into St. Louis later on that day
listen, the
to get ready for the
work
World Series for
ain't
baseball.
done. Listen, my boy is out here on a grind for real. Hey, real if y'all don't understand like everything that he just mentioned, that's a large body of work within such time frame, and still got a back door with this whole the World Series week as oh man. And,
Yeah,
and you
because
know
I
what?
don't. And the thing about it is, I can't say no. I couldn't do judo, because I get paid to do judo.
I dig
I'm a
it. I
prof-
dig it.
I'm a professional athlete. I'm a USADA, United States Anti-Doping Drug Tested athlete. I'm a World Anti-Doping Drug Tested athlete. So like they could show up at the World Series anytime they want to drug test me.
Hey, he say the numbers is here, baby. We are for
Yeah.
real, baby.
So it's,
And drop that age for me, dog. Cause like
man,
I just need them to understand where you doing this
look,
at.
I'm a young 39.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful, dog.
I'm a young
It
39. I was, because somebody the other day was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 39. That's like, man, you don't look no older than 25, 26.
boy.
I said, get up out of here. I said, you try to make me smile. They're like, nah, seriously. And they look, I went to my cousin's, I showed up to my cousin's birthday, and she was
Yeah.
like, some of his girlfriend, people was like, who these YNs? I said, YN. Just say,
Hey,
hey,
man, you ain't seen
look,
these stripes, baby. Look at my stripes. Count them.
hey, look. Out there, why here? Nah, I'm just, bro. I'm just blessed, and I take care of my body, man.
Highly favored.
I'm all
Yes,
about
indeed.
health. I'm all about I'm particular on what I put in my body. I'm always working out. I'm always doing them ice baths. And if I ain't got an ice bath, look, I'm gonna take my hot shower, then I'm gonna take a cold shower for 3 minutes after turn all that off and take cold showers. Listen,
Hey,
little jewel right here. Make sure you get in the cold shower for about 3 minutes. You older, it tightens that skin up.
there you go.
It wake you
See,
up.
see my boy dropping them gems. Hey, no worry, we're gonna have him drop a little bit more gems. But yo, yeah, see, dog, it's definitely doable, baby. It's just all about really taking care of your body. You know what I'm talking about? Having that dedication, like we said once again, like, and just being there for yourself, man. Like, we're out here just really doing it, just big time with the kids, just motivating. Just the whole way, man. And I knew this was gonna be awesome. Like I said, once you know, peeping your energy before I even knew any of this, and then like just hearing like the people come up to you, oh, yo, you Ron, you the Olympics. What? The Olympics? All
Yeah,
right. My boy sitting there rocking with the b-ball. Then go do some more
yeah,
research, like, oh man, yeah, you done did track and field, like, oh
yeah.
man, this man, yeah, my boy, I'm like I said, big salute. You know what I'm
I do a little
saying?
bit. Like I said, like I said, I don't like the boast and brag at all. So I'm not boasting and bragging, but I'm just gonna show you where I was at to where I came from. So yeah, I am a Paralympian. Took 7th at the Paralympics. I'm a world champion, junior and senior world champion.
Hmm.
I'm also a 19-time straight USA national champion. I won multiple Grand Prix, Grand Slams, World Cups. I'm the 2017 Judo Athlete of the Year for USA Judo, and also the African American Judoka Athlete of the Year in
Hmm.
2017. And then I won multiple Pan American and Oceania championships, and so it's like I have a nice accolades, man. But again, I couldn't do it honestly without. I'm some like somebody out at church a couple weeks ago. The lady asked me. She said, "You know, you realize something?" I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "You something special." She said, "You don't know how special you really are, do you?" And I was like, I sat back and thought about it. I was like, "Nah." Like sometimes I do, and I said, "But really, I don't." She's like, you something special. And the only thing, man, I'm a special kind of person, man, because all glory be to God, bro. I
There
couldn't
we
do this
go.
without him. And I'm just in a great position to be able to do what I do and also help bring other people out, give other people light. And because I look at it like this, look, I only want a piece of the pie.
Hmm.
I share all my knowledge, give all my information to you. I will tell you, huh, here's resources. And if I can't figure it out, I'll tell you, I will go figure it out and I'll come back and give you an answer if I don't know an answer. Or I say, huh, call this person up and then I get a person some information. And they, man, it's all about helping, man. Everybody, because again, everybody, I don't care what nobody say, everybody in life needs help.
There we go. Real talk.
Everybody in life needs help. I don't care how good you doing, how great you think you got it, man. Everybody needs help.
Heck yeah. Real talk. Real talk. And it's just really knowing how to go on out there and ask about it, you know what I'm saying, and just being true to yourself. And then that's why I say, you know, talking about not even with the bragging, not even just being on the case, but real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? I'm always been about energy. And like I saw your energy from day one. And just
Yes,
like
sir,
just
man.
watching the documentary and then seeing you now, my brother, like big salute, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the fans, baby. You gonna get there. We gonna be, and I'm
Yeah.
here to watch it all the way with my listeners, dog. Cause hey,
Ah,
very
man.
deserving, baby. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Power to the most high for sure, dog. Just seeing your
So,
blessings, my brother. Big salute.
you're big salute, man. And like I said, man, it's just always a pleasure just meeting. And that's what I love about beat baseball, man. It's like I learned, man, it's more than just a game, man. I done met a lot of people in here because I started doing beat baseball, and that's why I never walked away because I met people, man, that's like, dang, these people gonna be friends and family forever, building relationships that when we too old to be doing this, what we doing now, we could be somewhere chilling, talking about what we used to do, and
Yep, yep,
it'd be
yes,
actual
indeed.
fact. You're like, man, you
Yes,
remember we used to hit
indeed.
the ball, get down the line, man. You remember we used to do this. I
Man, all them battles we had, them 3 hour games in the heat, man. It was raining one time, but we weren't gonna let your team win, man. Nah, man, we want, yo, is and that's why I tell people that I love being a part of the modified adaptive sports lifestyle, just the
Yeah,
family that we gain from this, what I'm saying, the friendship, like the brotherhood, the sisterhood, like it's beautiful, man. It's always
definitely.
beautiful. What I'm saying? The camaraderie, like we support, like we fight against each other, but we still support at the end of the day. It's
And
all
guess what?
love.
That's the beauty of it, man. We fight against each other because everybody is competitive. Life is
Yes.
life is a competition. I listen.
Hmm.
I'm the type of person. If this was an eating contest, and I don't even eat that much, but if it's I'm gonna try to out eat you.
Listen, like all the way. That's funny because like we had this little thing in the league for a minute, like low vision players, visually impaired, like I was sighted, low sighted, or high functional sighted players. They was really trying to do away with them, push them out of our league or whatnot, because
Yeah, no,
it was
man.
like, oh, the participation, oh, they're taking the spot from someone. I'm a totally blind athlete. I've been
Right.
playing sports since I was 5. I happened to go blind at the age of 16. That
Okay.
don't make me fear no man who lace up them cleats, bro. I'm just athletic. I'm just about it as they are who can still see it. Yo, put them on the field. We still gonna play them. Like that's how
True.
I kept telling them.
Let's go.
Like let's no, put them on the field. Let's go. Like
Yeah.
let's get it with it.
I probably coached a kid this weekend. This dude is crazy fast. He's an eighth grader, right?
Mm,
Probably the talented kid that I coached this year at this camp. And I was talking to him. He's a brother from Kentucky, man, and he he kind of downplayed himself because he went out there, man, as an eighth grader, ran a fit with no cleats, no blocks on a 400, ran a 56, and he normally use
mm,
cleats as an eighth grader, and had the fastest time in the field. Then turned around, ran a 12-1-0-100, and he ran against a D1 because they had a helper that was a D1. A D1 dude barely beat him. He's like, well, he D1. I know I can at least go D2. I said, hold on. I said, he's already in college. He barely beat you. I said, bro, you an eighth grader. You ain't even got in high school. I said, man, you gonna go if you running these times right now and you stay dedicated, bro. You going D1.
easily.
You going D1.
Easily, young man. Please stay dedicated for sure. Hearing them numbers, baby. I want to hear about you out here. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Going
sir.
D1. I said you were already only an eighth grader. About to be going to high school. You can't do nothing but get better if you stay humbled and dedicated to your craft.
Yeah.
And
Real
you already
talking.
come out from there. At least you can go D2. Now you can go D1.
Ain't no reason to sell yourself short. No,
Right.
not at all. Not at all. Doing that type of time and having that type of talent, my boy. That's beautiful. Like this, and just to be out there to witness that, like you coaching a young man and just helping him gain his confidence within himself. Like that's
Yeah.
that's you giving back, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we all need right there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
R-
sir.
Real talk, real talk. Well, be sure, man. It's been a beautiful blessing, dog. I can sit down here with you all day, brother, because
Oh
the
man, we can always
energy,
go.
the mindset, I'm telling you, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But for my listeners, man, before we get up out of here, I know you got some good words of encouragement for them, dog.
Look, this is not my quote, but this is a quote that I live by. But first, before I say it, I want to say, man, thank you to my guy Joe Fleeks, man, for just being a great person, man. Again, thank you for just welcoming me to being your friend, but not even a friend, a brother to me, man. And everybody, man, that listen to Blind Table Talk, bro, this is a great podcast. It's a lot of positive energy going on. Make sure y'all keep tapping in each and every time, because you just don't ever know who he's gonna have on here, and you gonna pick up something from somebody. Just by me even doing it with him for this hour, man, look, I picked up and learned a lot, right? So I always leave off with this. I learned this from Les Brown. He said these were exact words, and I live by this. Shoot for the moon, because if you miss, you're gonna land amongst the stars.
Fire.
You heard that first. And last, from your boy Ron Showtime Hawthorne, Philly Fire's on.
All day long. Hey, from y'all security, baby. Be blessed. We out.
Round table talking.